How ancient Rome still shapes our modern world. How ancient Rome influences modern life. Is ancient Rome still ruling our world? What if everything you know about modern life is a lie? What if the empire that was supposed to have fallen thousands of years ago never truly died? What if it's still here, hidden in plain sight, influencing every decision you make? What if ancient Rome still rules the world? You wake up, check your phone, walk down streets paved in grid-like patterns, past towering government buildings adorned with majestic columns, and live under a legal system that dictates what's right and wrong. But have you ever stopped to wonder, where did all of this come from? The answer is more chilling than you might think. They say Rome fell in 476 AD, but what if it didn't? What if it merely shifted its form, its influence seeping into every corner of modern society, silently, invisibly, completely? Take a closer look at the cities around you. From Washington, D.C. to Paris, from London to New York, major capitals designed with grid-like streets, monumental arches, and towering columns. These aren't just architectural choices, they're deliberate echoes of Roman urban planning. The Roman architect Vitruvius wrote the blueprint for city design, emphasizing symmetry, order, and grandeur. Sound familiar? It should. Because every time you walk down the perfectly aligned streets of Manhattan or marvel at the domed Capitol building, you're experiencing Rome's vision. Stand in St. Peter's Square, surrounded by colonnades that embrace the crowd like the arms of Rome itself. Now look closer. At the very center of this holy place stands an ancient Egyptian obelisk, brought to Rome by Emperor Caligula. Why would a symbol of Rome's imperial power occupy the heart of Christianity? Could it be that Rome never truly converted, but simply adapted? And it's not just in Rome. There are ancient obelisks in London, Paris, and even Washington, D.C. Monuments of conquest. They silently proclaim Rome's presence. How did they get there? Who placed them? Why do they remain untouched, revered even to this day? Have you ever wondered why our legal systems feel so ancient? The presumption of innocence, the right to a fair trial, even the structure of courts with judges and lawyers, these aren't modern inventions. They are the direct descendants of Roman law. The 12 Tables were Rome's first legal code, establishing principles of justice that echo in modern courtrooms. Lady Justice herself, blindfolded, holding scales, comes straight from Roman mythology. Is it merely influence, or is it evidence of control? They say Rome fell in 476 AD, but just a few centuries later, something strange happened. The birth of the Holy Roman Empire. Its rulers claimed to be the heirs of Rome, wielding power across Europe for 1,000 years. They called themselves Caesars, or as they were known in their native tongues, Kaisers and Tsars. Coincidence? Or a strategic evolution of power? When Napoleon dissolved the Holy Roman Empire in 1806, did Rome's influence finally end, or did it just shift again? Consider this: the Senate, the Republic, the concept of checks and balances, all Roman inventions. Modern democracies mirror the Roman political system so closely that it's almost eerie. But here's the twist. Rome's republic was a facade. It hid an oligarchy, where a few elite families controlled everything. Sound familiar? The power struggles, political scandals, backroom deals, they're not new. They're ancient games played on a modern stage. Julius Caesar was assassinated by his own Senate for gaining too much power. Fast forward to today, are political figures still punished for threatening the status quo? Have you ever been to a sports stadium? Felt the roar of the crowd, the electrifying anticipation, the glory of victory, and the agony of defeat? You're experiencing the Colosseum. Rome perfected mass entertainment to distract and control its population. The phrase bread and circuses was coined to describe how Rome kept its people complacent by feeding them and entertaining them. Today, we have fast food and 24/7 entertainment. Coincidence or a perfected strategy? Did you know over 60% of English words have Latin roots? But it's not just English. Law, science, medicine, and even religion are dominated by Latin terminology. Why would a dead language maintain such power? Consider this. Latin was the language of the Roman Empire, preserved by the Catholic Church, then adopted by academia and science. It's the language of power, knowledge, and authority. Is this just tradition or intentional continuity? The ancient Romans believed in imperium sine fine, an empire without end. They were convinced Rome would rule forever. What if they were right? What if they found a way to preserve their power, to guide civilizations without being seen? What if Rome simply evolved, its rulers swapping togas for suits, its legions becoming legislators? What if the world we live in is nothing more than a Roman blueprint in disguise? Think about it. The global spread of Western culture, the legal systems, the political structures. Are we just continuing Rome's expansion under a different name? Is modern civilization merely the next chapter of the Roman Empire? Or perhaps Rome never fell. Perhaps it simply faded from sight, its legacy camouflaged as progress, its influence growing stronger as its presence grew weaker. Are we the new Romans? What if you're not just living in the modern world, but in the shadow of Rome? What if every decision you make, every word you speak, every law you follow is the echo of an ancient empire that never truly left? The prophecy of Imperium Sine Fine was never about a city. It was about an idea, a power that would rule forever, shifting shape but never fading. But who is in control now? Is there a hidden power guiding our world, preserving the Roman legacy in secret? Are the most powerful governments merely successors of an ancient order? Are we all living under the rule of a ghost empire, an invisible Caesar? The question isn't just about history, it's about reality. Do you dare to look behind the curtain? Or are you too afraid to see who's really pulling the strings? The echoes grow louder. Do you hear them?